I cannot say there was some single source of inspiration or something like that. Perspectives widen, your perspectives broaden in that sense.
Hello everyone. Today we have a remarkable individual with us who secured All India rank 910 in the UPSC Civil Service examination in her very first attempt. On behalf of AMC, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you for your exceptional achievement.
Thank you so much.
So, can you kindly introduce yourself and share some information about your educational background?
Sure. So my name is Kajal. So I've secured 910 in 2022 UPSC Civil Service examination. So I come from Kasargod, place called Nileshwar. And then I did my schooling from Divine Providence English Medium School. It is like around 10 minutes from my home. Then for my higher secondary education, I did my schooling in Government Higher Secondary School, Hostur, Kanangad. After that, for my degree and post-graduation, I went to IIT Madras. I did a course called Integrated MA in Development Studies from the same institute. So after my post-graduation, I came to Trivandrum and then I started my civil service preparation.
So what inspired you to pursue a career in civil service? Did you have a defined moment or a particular source of inspiration that ignited your interest?
I cannot say there was some single source of inspiration or something like that. I think it was my childhood dream. So I think this dream would have got molded through different movies or what my teachers have told about a person or a position called collector. So in different movies, like as we all see, there is a collector who goes into the society among the people and solves their problems. So I always wanted to work in a similar manner where I could go delve deep into the society and solve their problems. I wanted to be in a profession where I could interact a lot with people. So I think it was during that time that this dream got molded, but then it was a very childish or childhood dream as such. I did not have a very serious ambition about that or very serious thought about that. But then I did my higher secondary education. I did my +1 and +2 in humanities, where I got to know more about society, or I got to get in touch more with the societal subjects like social work or political science. So I got more interested in that. So it was during that time I thought that I would pursue this dream of mine very seriously, and and according to that I uh, pursued the education and such.
So when did you start preparing for civil service?
Yeah, so as I told, it was a very childish dream when I was a kid. So that time and all, I didn't prepare much, or I didn't prepare at all. So I think during my ninth, 10th and all, I started reading newspapers a bit more seriously and started taking notes and all. But then again, it was not very consistent. I stopped in the middle, and I still have that book with me. So it was not complete and all that. But then after my post graduation at IIT Madras, I came to Trivandrum as I told, and then it was during that time I started my preparation very seriously.
So could you please outline the advantages of preparing for a career in civil service and share the challenges that you faced or encountered during your preparation and explain how you overcame all those challenges?
So if I talk about the advantages, first of all, UPSC is a profession, or UPSC is a course where it demands a huge lot of discipline and systematic working or consistent preparation sort of thing. So I think after I started my UPSC preparation, my life went like, okay, I have a discipline. Each day I'll start with some routine. So I'll have a daily routine. So each day I'll start with something, and I'll have a definite plan that I'll do something on this day, and I'll end the day with my with whatever I've put in my plan. So if at all I'm not able to cover those topics or cover those syllabus which I had planned, I'll take it to the next day and So basically, my life went very systematically. There was a very strict discipline in my life. That's one advantage I thought. But then, since my childhood, it was sort of like that. So I am a person who studies, like putting timetable and all that from my childhood onwards. So it was not a very drastic change as far as I was concerned. Um, then I feel is your perspectives widen. You get to see a lot, you get to read a lot, so you'll basically get to have a sort of social awareness or a general awareness about what and all is happening in society. So you might not have observed all those instances that is happening in society before, but now you start viewing it from so my option is sociology. So after I completed my sociology syllabus, and after I knew what the subject demands, I started viewing all the current affairs things or all the contemporary things happening in society from a sociological lens. So I think your perspectives widen, your perspectives broaden in that sense. So you started engaging in discussions, you start engaging in discussions with your peer groups, and then you start looking at something from different points of view. So that is one advantage that I thought. And in general, I feel that UPSC preparation in general molds your personality as well, be it with regard to your viewpoints or be it with regard to your daily routine and all that. And when it comes to challenges, I think the syllabus itself is a very huge challenge. So it's very vast, and you really don't get to know how you will complete the syllabus in a limited amount of time. And if you talk about optionals, it's like it's the basically the syllabus of a 3-year graduation course, but then you have to study it with some 6 to 7 months. So everything is a challenge. Then you and since see since as far as I am concerned, I am from a very normal family or very middle class background. So so I always had the self doubt if I would be able to make it into the list, because I'm not exposed to anything of the sort. I'm not a person who reads very much. I study. I scored good marks in my school and college, and that's it. So I do not have like okay, I do not have a grand plan of how to execute this or how to go about mains preparation or how to talk very confidently when it comes to the public. I am a person who only enters the stage for singing. So I do not know how to face the public and speak something, how to give them motivation and all that. So this was all a very like challenge that I faced during my preparation. So self doubt, I think, was the main one. So this, but I overcame it. But even now, I get self doubt in certain things. I think that can't be eliminated completely because you get to reach different stages of life. So when it came to UPSC preparation, I think my friends helped me a lot. So I had a reading room. So there was a gang in reading room, and those people were like very much confident about me. And I always made a point to reach out to my friends whom I am very comfortable with. So I talk to them about the self doubt, if I can make it to the list, or if I can do this, if I can understand this. So they'll be instilling a lot of confidence in me. So say, Kajal, you will be able to do this and all that. And I was not reluctant. Like if okay, if something is taught in the class and if I don't understand that very properly, and then I started getting tensed. Okay, maybe this point was not understood just by me. Maybe other people would have understood and I wouldn't have understood this. So those sort of thoughts were there during the initial phases of preparation. But I always made sure that I had a thought that okay, people stand at different levels when it comes to academics. So if you are back in some subjects, you have to put a lot of effort to reach that level where you can match with others. So I had that realization in my mind and I worked towards that. So I think that's how I overcame the challenges.
Does this journey boost your confidence even if you don't hit your end goal? This journey of preparation, does that boost your confidence?
Surely, surely, because okay, there would always be a disappointment that okay, I haven't reached this goal, but we like ourselves would find a change that okay, we have developed our personality in some sense, or as I said, we have developed some broad perspectives. So if what I have felt is during my preparation, whenever I hear some law talks or lectures or channel discussions, I would be able to relate to that very easily. because I had or I have a background regarding these things when it comes to my UPSC preparation, or I know how to view at these things from a bureaucratic point of view. We are trained in that during our coaching. So I think from a government point of view, we would be able to look at things. So I think, yeah, it boosts our confidence in some sense.
Do you know some real life example who couldn't hit the goal but who are extremely successful or happy in their life because of this preparation journey?
Yes, it's like I do not, I cannot like point out to a single person, but there are a lot of people in our UPSC gang itself. Like they have tried a lot of times, like 5 to 6 times, and they have like completely finished their attempts, but they're really brilliant. Like you would wonder why they did not get into the list. It's in that way. So as I told, many times we see such people and they do not get into the list. We sometimes feel like, okay, these people have not got into the list, so how will we get into the list with such like potential very far below them? So it's all sorts of thoughts that actually clutter your mind. But then, yeah, as we said, like they have boosted their confidence, they have, but UPS is not the life. So once, so if you are not able to get into the list, maybe UPSC is not made for you. Or we many times we tell ourselves like, okay, UPSC doesn't deserve you. It's in that way. So I think, but they are happy with their lives. Like they have this realization. I think after 5 to 6 years of preparation, you get drained physically and mentally, and then you start realizing that this is not life, and you have a very beautiful life out there, and you have to enjoy that. So I think, yeah, there are many people around us.
So, during your journey in preparing for career in civil service, who are the individuals who provided you with motivation and support?
I can name a lot of people, like starting from my parents. My father always wanted me to be an IAS officer. But like I do not know if he really like believed that I would be able to get into the list or not, because we always have this notion that civil service is unattainable or unattainable by the common people. So it's in that way. But yeah, they always provided me all sorts of support. Like they didn't place any restrictions on me, or you have to get in to the list this attempt. Like so my do I remember, I still remember the day, the previous day of the um, prelims, no, previous day of the day when the results came. So I used to call my parents and I was like, okay, I'm getting tensed. If I do not get into the list this time, and if I do not pass the next prelims, my 2 years will be gone. So they're like, see, you're young, you have time. We'll see. We'll give our maximum number of attempts, and if you do not clear, it's fine. We can go for other jobs as well. Meanwhile, you try for a backup plan. So they used to give me all sorts of support. Even my mother. Then, but more than my family, I always consider my friends as my constant source of support, because see, when I'm in Trivandrum, when I'm in my preparation journey, I cannot tell everything to my parents. Like I cannot call for them. I'll call for each and everything, and I'm telling, okay, tensed. So sometimes when I get tensed or when I'm down, I do not call them, because if I get down, or if I like am tensed, they would also get tensed, and that would ruin their mood as well. So my friends, as I said, they always made me feel that I can do this. You have the potential and you have the determination that the exam demands, and you put a lot of hard work. So they constantly reminded me about this. And so to name a few, I think one is Bias Mohammed. So he has been my college senior and my really good friend. So he's also in the UPSC circle, but he's working outside. But he always made sure that he sat with me for all the academic things that the UPSC demanded. He used to review my answers. He used to give me mock interviews. Like after my reading room schedule, I used to come to room, and then we sit at night for mock interviews during as video calls. So in that sense, and even emotionally, he was always there with me. He could handle me like no one else did. And there is this person called Saurav Ramesh, and he's in service right now. He's in Indian Audit and Account Service, and he is. I mean, the contribution that he has given me is like very remarkable. Like he has always been there with me. Again, so sometimes when I feel down, I feel like I get the self doubt. He used to make me feel that I'm worthy and all that. So these people I could name a few, and there are like a lot of mentors in the institute that I studied in Island IAS Academy, Trivandrum. So there are a lot of people who like supports us academically as well as emotionally.
So in what ways do you aspire to make a positive impact on our society through your service?
As I said, I always wanted to work among people. So I think IAS would be the best option for that. So I think I would give another attempt also if I could reach that goal. And I feel I have to, like, I am happy with any sector I work in, but I always have a choice for the working for the marginalized sections like women, children, differently abled, SC/ST. So I think we might not be able to make a great change in their life as we see in movies, but I think sometimes our signature can make a little impact in their lives. So in that way, I think I would prefer that.
So, what are your other areas of personal interest? I know you sing, so can you sing a song for us?
Sure, sure. But wait, my charge is
Okay,
low. Can
okay.
I just pin it?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, I'll sing a few lines. Shall I start? ഇന്നോടെന്തിനീ പിണക്കം ഇന്നുമെന്തിനാണെന്നോടു പരിഭവം ഒരുപാടു നാളായി കാത്തിരുന്നു നീയൊരു നോക്കു കാണാൻ വന്നില്ല ചന്ദനത്തിന്നലും പൂനിലാവും എന്റെ കരളിന്റെ നൊമ്പരം ചൊല്ലിയില്ലേ എന്നോടെന്തിനീ പിണക്കം ഇന്നുമെന്തിനാണെന്നോടു പരിഭവം.
Thank you. And did this come in between your interview? Did they ask about singing in your civil service interview?
Yeah, so they actually during the mock interviews, they had asked me to sing, and they had asked me the lines, the meaning of the lines that I sang. So, but during the original interview, they did not ask me to sing. But since I had kept music as my hobby in the detailed application form that I submitted, they asked about cover song. What is a cover song? So my hobby was exactly singing cover songs of singing Malayalam cover songs. So they had asked me what is a cover song. That's it.
So, if you had a message or advice for future aspirants, what would it be?
See, I'm not the person to advise as such, but with my limited experience, I think UPSC demands a very consistent and systematic preparation. That is very important. So, my message or my advice to the aspirants out there would be like even if you try preparing very systematically, consistently. Like you should have a micro plan in your mind that you will do this thing, these and these things in your on your day, but then there are times you might get exhausted even physically or mentally. Make sure that you take a break, but make sure that you bounce back again to the preparation. So once you take a break, don't go like indefinitely there. So you have to come back and you have to resume the preparation again. And there might be times where you would really doubt if you could do this, but yes, people have doubted and people have cleared the exam. So please trust yourself. Please do not compare with others, and that's something we always do during the preparation. I think yeah, And always make sure that you balance your preparation and life. There is something called life out there, so do not consider UPSC as your life and completely immerse into this. I am a person who has always made sure that I do things that I enjoy as well. Like always, yeah, sure. Obviously, I have made some sacrifices when it comes to my personal life, but I made sure that there are instances where I can be happy. Look, maybe I'll sing or I'll go out with my friends for a trip, or we used to like enjoy the tea moments that we had. So such small things would make you happy as well. So try to balance preparation and life. That is something that I think there are people who might have a different opinion. Like they might sacrifice everything, and but make sure that you do such things only if it benefits you. Like if it drains you both physically and mentally, like all the preparation journey and everything, please make sure that you do things that you love as well.
So, Kajal, I thank you for joining with us in AMC Talks today, and I wish you all the very best in your future journey, in the rewarding journey of civil service. And I also
Thank,
wish you luck for the next mains exam.
thank you so much, Meera. Thank you so much.
Thank you.